Hello. OpenRose is a requirements management application which is freely available and it is published on GitHub. Simply go to github.com/openrose to find more. Today we are going to talk about details view. When you go into the projects where you can see list of your projects, there are two main views. First one is the tree view and the second one is the details view. When I click on details view, I'm going inside the project one level at a time, or I'm coming out of the project one level at a time. Inside the project, we know that there are item types. So in this particular view, we can see that I have parking lot, which is a system item type, and then 4 other item types that I have created. This is nothing but a public document published by Barclays Bank, which I have tried converting into some sort of specification or requirements in this particular project. You can find more information about this small application demo in the introduction of OpenRose video. Now, inside the details view, I can then start navigating further deep into my project. So let's go into about our tariff item type, and when I go inside there, we can see that I'm now looking at the item type, which is about our tariff in a read-only view. Now I can click on edit item type to work with the data associated with that item type, or I can cancel out and continue exploring my project. Now we can see here that within this item type, we have 2 items which are nothing but requirements. And these particular requirement, which is if you have an older account, it has furthermore 4 sub-items. So we are currently at level 2, considering project is level 1 and item type is level 2. Then at level 3, we have 2 requirements. And when I go into one of the level 3 requirements here, then I can see furthermore 4 requirements sitting under it. Again, when I go into an item, then I can see in a read-only view the details about the item. And then I can click on edit item to see other details and start modifying the item. So here I can change the name, status, priority, severity, description, as well as I can modify the traceability for the given item and work and have a look at the history data about this particular item. Now, why we have this view, which is called as detailed view, is to allow collaboration between team members and customers and people who are supposed to work and provide input for this particular requirement. And so we kind of call this as a focused view in which collaborators and people are supposed to be working together to help define this requirement clearly and precisely. So eliciting the requirements, and as part of your requirements engineering process, if you need to have a focused time to work on specific requirements and specifying that aspect of those requirements and building a well-defined, well-structured requirement, then I think the details view really helps in that context. The second reason is if you go to the tree view, which I can jump to the tree view from here, you are actually loading almost all the project data, and sometimes you may have large amount of data in your project and you don't want to have a cluttered information on your screen to think about other aspects while you are supposed to be working and focusing on specific aspects and specific area of your project or your initiative. So we have thought of keeping the details view, even though we have this tree view, to allow users to go deep into the structure of the project as well as have a focused time to work on your requirements. We could have called this as a focused view or precision panel or insight view or collaboration corner or brainstorming bay or brainstorming booth, idea incubator view, but we just left it to details view for now. The other reason why details view is important is because we are loading specific data when we drill inside the project and go deeper, or when we come out of that project and go backwards. So we are loading and sending a specific request to the server to get only limited data rather than the entire project, which actually improves the overall performance of the application, as well as the ability to only retrieve certain small subset of the data, which will reduce the impact on your network usage as well. So even though if you have a slow connectivity over, let's say, mobile data to your server, then also you should be able to work with your data in the details view much more efficiently compared to the tree view, and it all completely depends on your project size. The other reason we want to keep the detail view here is to support ability to work with orphaned items. So when you go into details here, which is a wiki documentation where we have captured details about the design decision related to items, you can see inside OpenRose repository, you can have orphaned items. Orphaned items are those which are not associated with the project, and they're just sitting on the side, more like in a recycle bin or in a separate repository container where you can bring those items back into your project. So when we were discussing or thinking about this detailed view, our team actually went out and asked Copilot and AI engine to suggest certain names. So what we did is we started capturing the responses from the AI into our tool, and then we thought, okay, now we are finalizing that we're gonna call this as a detailed view. So those items that we had in the past that we captured as requirement, we thought, okay, we don't need it anymore. So we kind of deleted them and put them into orphaned items list. So here is that orphaned items, which you can see. Now, orphaned items, as you know, is not associated with any project. That means I'm not able to have a look at this item in a tree view. Tree view can only be rendered if it's connected to a project. While orphan items are not associated with the project, they're just sitting on the side, so we have to open them mainly in the detail view. So let me open one of them here. This is what we captured, that what did we ask our AI engine and what response did we got. So in the edit view, you can see the full requirement in the preview section here. What exactly did we ask the AI and Copilot engine, and they came up with all these different ideas that we could call our details view to be one of these phrase, or with one of these view option. When we looked at these information in the past, we thought it's important to leave our view concept simpler and lightweight, and that's why we decided to go with the details view. Anyhow, what we see here is the orphan item, which I can still open and edit it. So I can continue working on this even though it's in a orphan state or in a recycled bin sort of state. And this is the main purpose why also details view is important, that we should keep them in our application to allow people to have a focused area, to have less traffic over the network, to have a better performance of the application, as well as work with items which are not really finalized or associated with the project, but they're sitting on the side as orphan items. With that, I would like to conclude this video, and thanks a lot for your time. We will appreciate if you are able to spread this word about OpenRose application to your colleagues and to your friends so that they can also take benefit of this free open source requirements management application called as OpenRose. Thanks a lot once again and have a great day.